Welcome back
Ooh.
to Keep It Over Rap.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
This guy's trying to hijack the intro. Hey y'all, so welcome back to Keep It Over Raps. My name is Julian.
I'm Yohance.
Cheer.
Why are you doing this again? Just
My name is Laurence.
My name is Christian. Today we're gonna be reviewing "I Never Liked You" by Future. I need first thoughts, man. Me and Larry went first these past two videos.
You're right.
So
You want to start or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll start.
Alright, go ahead.
I don't know. I actually have no idea how anyone else. For the first time, I don't know how any of you guys feel about it because it's the first time we haven't talked about it.
Word.
That's true.
So going in blind, I really liked it up until like. Let me see the track list because I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
You liked it up until a point?
Yes, bro.
Are
Because
you gonna say that it's mid? No,
All
you know
right,
what?
look.
I'll let him explain.
Look, just
I'll let him
listen.
explain.
Listen, let me tell you. Well, I texted you guys for context. I texted them in the group chat while I was on. I think I was on Gold Stacks. It was Puffin' on Zooties or Gold Stacks. And I was like, "Yo, this album's really good."
word for word, bar for bar, he said this album is hot.
I said, "This album is hot." I said, "This is hot, yeah." And then I don't
what?
even know what song it was in particular. Maybe like We Just Want to Get High. I know it was before the Kodak feature,
I feel you.
but up until a point, I was like, "Okay, this is enough. This should have stopped like a couple tracks ago." If this album was just like 7:12 p.m. to Love You Better and then had I'm on one as an outro, I'd be like, best trap album in the last like 5 years. But
You just think it's too long.
It's just so long,
Yeah,
bro. And
16
it's just
tracks is too much.
Do you really think it's
Yeah.
too long?
I do not think it's too
I
long.
don't think it's too long either because the songs aren't that long.
It's 16
Bro, it's not
songs.
It's
about
just
the
it's not about the
songs.
songs being long. It's more so repetitive.
yeah.
Did you really think that? Because I thought the beats were actually like super refreshing and like didn't turn
there were
stale
some
at all.
songs that were definitely repetitive. Like,
No, I'm not gonna lie. There's only so I actually this is probably my favorite Future album since like DS2. Like
Bro.
I really
Hang up your cape, bro. Hang up your cape.
No. This is probably my favorite Future album since like DS2. I actually really like this album. This is probably the first Future album that in a long time that I can listen to like all the way through. And the thing is like this album, I liked it so much that I was like, am I tripping about other? So I like went back and listened to like Hendrix, which I actually like a lot more now. I went back and listened to the self-titled one, which I still think that's too long, but I don't know. Like this album felt like the perfect length to me. It's only 49 minutes. I think all the songs like ended where they were supposed to. I found all the beats really refreshing. All the features were solid. There's only like 2 songs that I think run a little too long, and it's I can't say that. The second track, I can't say that title. But and then For a Nut were the only 2 songs. those are the only 2 songs that I thought like were either too long or just were flat out like not that good. Everything else on this,
I'm not hearing that about Foreign Nut.
I was
Yeah,
feeling
The
it.
way he was whistling on that, bro.
Time out. Are we gonna act like Gunna said she take my Dior shirt off?
You know,
Because it had nut stains on it.
look,
Hey, man.
besides that, look, we already talk about Future within the same realm as Thug, but like, I feel like more people are quick to acknowledge Thug's influence,
Mhm.
but like, the way that Thug is able to, do so much on a beat, I feel like Future is able to do that same thing. Like, even with the whistling, bro, like, I'm not even trying to sit here and gas the whistling, but like, he uses
That's exactly
that well.
what you're doing.
He uses it well, bro.
For a Nut was the only song where I was like, oh my god, this is like another Push and P. But it wasn't nearly as bad to me. This
Push and P was good.
No, it was not. We're not
Bro,
doing
Push
that.
and P was fun. It's just it got annoying. Like,
No,
that's all.
no, that song is horrendous.
I don't think it's a bad.
That song is really bad. But For a Nut was actually like solid. I like didn't hate it.
For you hating on Push and P, it says a lot about you, bro.
I'm hating on. I'll hate on
Yo,
Push and P.
Julian's the Grinch, bro.
I'll hate on
Bro.
Push and P. That's fine.
I thought I was like,
We know who's not pushing P.
Yeah,
It's
contrarian,
That's
bro.
fine. I will not push these P's. But everything else on this album was really good to me. Like I said, all the songs ended where they were supposed to. I didn't find any of these beats really repetitive. Like I thought Future was flowing like the best he has in a long time on these songs.
He
Like
started this album off right.
Oh,
he
hell
did.
yeah.
7:12
7:12
p.m.
p.m.
that's
is
such
hard.
a good intro, bro.
7:12 p.m.
That
is
is
really hard.
such a
The
good
first
intro.
half of this album is definitely a lot stronger than the second half.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna sit here and say that, bro. Like, what are you saying right now?
No, because like the 2 songs that I dislike the most are on the front half.
Bro, I'm Not Niggas
Damn.
5.
I like that song.
I just think it's too long. That's one of the songs where I think it should have ended like way before it did.
I don't think there's any song on this album that I would go in and like specifically remove because.
No, I would definitely get rid of The Way Things Going. I would definitely get
Why?
rid of that.
You don't like that song?
Because no, bruh. It's cool and all, but like I could hear any other artist right now on that beat.
That's true. It does sound like it almost sounded like a Lil Durk song at first with that piano.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man.
But that's fair.
Oh my God, what happened to Virgin?
I would take Voodoo off that album.
I would
Why?
take Voodoo off, but I rock with Kodak too much.
Who else was
I
on
think
that song?
normally
It was just
it's-
Kodak.
No, it was another person on that song.
They're
Well,
not
in
credited.
the background there were other vocals that wasn't Kodak.
I can look, but they're not credited on the.
But what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say normally I don't like Kodak Black, so the fact that he was like
It's hard.
sounding like that, I don't know. Like the song itself is like fine, whatever. And I guess for people who like his voice, it's like good. But I just like could not think of like anything else but like the Thornberries. Like, you know, like the Thornberry, and he's like sitting
I'm
there like
crying.
fucking. That's all I was fucking thinking about.
Bro, there's somebody singing in the background on the end of that.
It might be a sample, but.
Oh, that was me.
It might just be uncredited vocals.
Oh yes, actually I did realize Cash Page is on it.
That's Cash Baby.
Yes, that is Cash Page. I do remember hearing Cash Page on one of these songs and like, why is she not credited? But nah, I do really like I said, I think this is probably my most liked Future album since DS2.
I can't agree. I think it's another solid Future album, but it's not something that I'm gonna like give, you know, hella playtime to.
I have gone back to this very often. Like, I've gone back to most of
Man,
this
this album
album.
dropped like 5 days ago, man. You talking about very often.
It's been out for a week, but since it dropped, I've been going back to this like repeatedly.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Because I really like this album, but it sounds like I'm the only one who really likes this album.
I
I
mean-
don't dislike it. It's just
Yeah, I don't
too
dislike
long.
this album at all. This is a good album, bro. The thing is, with Future, you're not looking for like I don't look at Future's albums and rank them or like criticize them, I guess, the same way I would another artist. Cause like I know what I'm getting from Future,
Exactly.
and like I know on an album like this, I could get a song like For a Nut, but at the same time, I could also get a song like Love You Better, you know? And Love You Better is one of my favorite songs on this track. And that's not even that, like, to your point about this being your favorite since Dirty Sprite 2, I could understand that. I'm not gonna say that like he's dropped straight mid in between, because he still had High Off Life, he still had Future Hendrix.
This
The
is better
Wizard.
than High Off Life and The Wizard.
I would not put
In
it
my
above
opinion.
The Wizard yet.
Yeah, I don't put it up on Wizard.
Really? In my opinion, I think it's like I said. I
Or
think
Hendrix.
it's probably his best album since
Or
DS2,
Future.
in my opinion.
Or Evil. Bro,
Wizard
No,
got-
this is
Wizard
better.
got Crazy, but it's true.
This is better than Evil.
this is not, bro.
I think this is better than Evil.
Bro, move, bro.
I really do think this is better than Evil. I'm telling you,
The dick is in his mouth. I see it. I see it.
I was like very pleasantly surprised with this album because like I said, I do think that Future does get repetitive at certain points, and I think after a certain point, I like tapped out on Future
Yeah.
because of that repetitiveness. But
Like with Future albums, there's always like standout tracks, but like it's kind of like they said. I don't look to a Future album for like cohesiveness or.
Yeah, that's actually like a perfect. That was literally what I was thinking as I was listening to it. Like,
I'm just looking for it to like. I'm looking to it for like a vibe, you know, something to put on in the background while I'm doing something, like hooping music, whatever I'm doing. But
this sounded like a mixture of DS2 and Hendrix to me because it has a share of like hard songs, and it also has like more R&B songs like Wait For You and Love You Better.
yeah,
I'll say this too. I feel like Future really benefits from a Drake feature.
He does.
Yes.
I think he gets
Yes.
the best out of
That's
Drake.
not to say like, oh, like Drake carries, but like anytime him and Drake collab, it's gonna do numbers.
the other
I don't know
It's
about
gonna
the,
do numbers.
the
and
other
it's gonna
song
get
that they
attention.
did, the other song that they had on there, Not Wait For You, the other
I'm on
one.
one.
I'm
I'm on one. That song's good.
It was
Don't-
good, but
don't even.
the beat was kind of like to me.
You don't like it?
Not really.
Wasn't
It's
that a
still
single?
gonna do numbers, bro.
This didn't have any singles.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I think all the features were really good. Keep It Burning was so much better on this than it was on Donda 2. I don't know if y'all heard the leaks.
I
But
don't know if I fucked with every feature. I mean, you was just hating on the Gunna one, so you can't say all
no,
of
no,
them.
no,
were
no.
good.
I wasn't hating on them. They just both had like one line that was like really bad.
Yeah,
That was
that's true.
and then Young Thug had the diamonds in her butt line.
Bro,
I like-
Besides that, their features
What's
were
wrong
actually
with
pretty.
that, bro?
Gunna is hilarious.
I don't want to hear nothing about no diamonds in nobody's butt. We need to stop allowing Future and Young Thug and Gunna to get away with this stuff. We
They
cannot.
all just do that.
They've been doing it for years.
I mean, I'm not saying I
It's
condone it,
been worse recently.
but I kind of do condone it if I'm a listener. Future was on Pushing P talking about she was wiping down her pee. Like,
Yeah, we need
That's
to
a
stop
problem.
letting this
That's
almost
a problem.
40-year-old man get away with saying this nonsense.
Okay, yeah. While it's lighthearted, while like we're talking about that, like I feel like I should, because I was thinking about that while listening to this album. Like, it is definitely starting to get weird that like these niggas are talking about like women like that at their age.
It's part of the brand, though.
He's
You
talking
can't
about-
expect much. Like,
He's talking about like things he would do for a nut, and he's almost 40.
Yeah, like it's kind of weird,
Like,
bro.
you can just get the nut. Like, you
I
can
mean,
just,
hey,
but you also,
age
have to,
is
you
all
also have to
relative.
consider like what demographic they're making music for.
yeah.
I'm not saying like you can't like have sexual freedom at like an old age,
Bro.
bro. Like G shit, like that's not. I don't know. I feel like it comes off that way. Like that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like the way you go about addressing it, like
yeah, I agree with that.
at 40 years old, bro, and you're talking about like
It's
slobbing on me now.
He was talking to me though. He was talking to me. He was spitting.
To be honest, my favorite feature was SG, and this is probably
Eastern G.
this is my first time listening.
Oh,
This is my first time listening to SG, and that was my favorite feature on the album.
Really?
I had never listened to SG before this. I knew he dropped that
He
album.
slides.
I knew he dropped that album with 42
He
Dubs.
talks about drugs a lot.
He
but,
collabs
you know,
with Jack
outside
Harlow
of
a
that,
lot,
he
too.
slides.
So do
I
a
don't
lot
listen
of
to Jack.
niggas.
You're the only one here who listens to Jack Harlow, bro.
He listens to Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
Nah, don't spoil that, yo. Cause then in the review, like we want to make it sound like you know what I mean.
Nah,
Like,
fuck
fucks with
y'all.
Jack.
What are you guys giving it out of 10?
You know, like I don't like. Okay, so like the first score that popped into my head was like an 8.5, but like that would be my best album of the year, and I don't know if I'm ready.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
What is your final score for I Never Liked You?
See, like
My thing is like you gotta free yourself, my brother.
from what?
You know, you talking about the initial score that came into your mind was an 8.5. If you enjoy it so much that you think is an 8.5 initially, just say it's an 8.5.
That's what I'm thinking. But that's what I'm thinking though. Like,
You
can
want
I,
it to be the best album of the year.
like, can I really get this an 8.5?
What would you put? What would you
No.
put Earl's album?
No,
I give. That's what I'm saying. Like, that feels like too high of a score to give.
Bro.
like no,
Because that would be
bro.
my best album of the year
No.
so far.
It's your opinion, bro. You know, I'll let you.
What did you
decide.
give Vince?
I gave Vince a 8.2.
You think this was? Or you
I like
at
it. I'm
first
telling
thought-
you, I've been listening to this album a lot. Like,
Hey man, I guess you just
out
fuck
of
with it,
16
bro.
tracks, I like 14.
And you don't think it's repetitive at all? Like, too repetitive
I'm
to
serious,
listen to?
bro. Like, I was going through this and I was like, I don't think one song to another these get repetitive. The beats are all different enough. I think Future like plays with his flow enough on this album. Like, the content isn't anything different, but like, do we really go to Future for content? No.
Yes,
Yeah,
in a
I mean-
way you do because
Future talks about the same thing on every single album.
Married to the
It's-
Game?
Yeah, but that's
If
like
Future can give
saying
us
you don't
dimes
go
like
to.
that, bro, March Madness? Like,
No,
That's
I
like saying
agree.
you don't go to
Also goes to the
Pusha
point-
T for content. But
Because
Pusha T talks about the same goddamn thing
That's what I'm
every
saying.
song too.
No, you're completely
That's
right.
true.
So I'm not going
Talk
into
to
a
me,
push.
you know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
going into a Pusha T album saying, oh, he's ew. I'm not going into a Pusha T album going, oh, he's talking about coke too much again.
But bro,
I'm
the
gonna-
thing that makes It's Almost Dry a good album is like how versatile, at least for me, and you just said you like the production on here. It's Almost Dry is good with like Pusha's constant samey flow on it because the production is so versatile, and on here the production is not as versatile.
No, you're absolutely
It
right.
can't like I don't
But
think it carries
is
Future
versatile
across it.
enough on this album.
I don't think he
I
is
still think
either.
you go to Future for content
Do
because
you,
like
you go to Future
you
for a vibe.
you like Dirty Sprite too. A lot of people
I
like
don't go to
Dirty
Future,
Sprite
bro.
too.
I don't go to DS2
But
to
then it's
hear
like-
about the content.
But see, look, catch my drift, right?
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Dirty Sprite 2 is a great Future project. Hendrix is another great Future project that I'm gonna get an entirely different vibe from. I go to him for different content.
Do you no? But do you really go for what he's saying in the songs, or do you go to listen to a song that's gonna put you in a certain mood? Like, do you like, hey, Future's talking a lot about this, and this is why I want to hear it, or is Future sounds like this, and I like this vibe right now, so this is what I want to hear. Like, if you're in a, you know
The
what I'm saying?
latter.
You go listen for the vibe, correct?
Mhm.
So that's what I'm saying. So I can't go into this album and be like, oh, he's talking about pussy and drugs too much, so I have to kind of like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Future talks about the same thing on pretty much every album.
I don't think like talking about the same thing means that. Well, I guess you're agreeing with me, but talking about the same, that's not like the point I'm making by calling it repetitive. Like, I don't give a shit that he's talking about the same thing. Like,
You think it sounds repetitive?
yeah, I think just sonically, in terms of
Alright.
production-wise, I think it is repetitive, and I think flow-wise, it is repetitive.
I disagree.
Bro, maybe not throughout like the first like 9-10 tracks, but after a while, bro, like the shit starts sounding the same.
Really?
Like, the shit really
Bro,
starts sounding the same.
From
to me.
Voodoo to Holy Ghost, those two songs sound nothing alike.
Maybe those two songs.
From Way Things Going to I'm On One, those songs sound nothing alike.
But do you think any of these songs don't sound like any of these songs, or don't have the same type of production?
A little bit, but it's not enough. A little bit, but it's not enough. I can say like Holy Ghost and 7:12 p.m. are in the same lane. I can say like I'm On One and For a Nut and
Bro.
what?
There was a deluxe?
Yeah, I just found that out actually when I looked up the album. I didn't know there was a
Wait,
deluxe.
let me see.
Yeah, he dropped 6 more songs on it. I had no idea there was a deluxe.
Oh,
I gotta listen to
the
this
deluxe.
Did you listen
That's
to
why I
the
think it's too
original?
long.
You
Alright.
I listened
yeah,
to the deluxe,
has
bro. I'm
22
looking
songs.
and I'm like, bro,
Respect.
I just thought I didn't remember what the songs were called because
I
I
didn't
just
even
didn't
notice
like
there
The
them.
was
deluxe has 22 songs on
Gosh.
it.
I listened to the deluxe.
The regular version has 16 songs, which is why I don't think it's too long.
Wait,
and I
that
don't-
changes my entire review.
Right?
Nah, hold
That's
on.
what I'm
Hold
saying.
on. We gotta take a
Oh,
brief intermission
shit.
because I gotta listen to these songs now.
I can
I
see,
think it's
yeah,
too
I can
long.
see why 22 songs of
That's
Future
what I was saying. Bro,
sounds
I'm sitting
ridiculous.
there, because, bro, I like really thought I was tripping because I just like saw this for the first time today. So I just thought I didn't like know what I was talking about. But when I looked at the track list on your phone, I was like, this album's longer.
The reason he might feel the way about this sounds the same sonically, all I heard on this album was ATL Jacob, ATL Jacob.
Well,
And he
that's what
slid
I'm-
though. He slid
But
though.
yeah, but
Don't
the
get me
beats
wrong.
sound different enough. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, some of the songs between the top half and the bottom half probably are kind of in the same lane.
Yeah.
But from song to song, it switches it up enough to where the listening experience isn't all just one to me.
Talk to him.
I was also gonna say there's too many features, but I think that's also because
Yeah, because on
There
the
is
on
on
the
the
regular
deluxe
version,
version.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on 16 tracks. That's like an appropriate amount of features. Because I think Future carries an album by himself very well. Like Future's best album is DS2, and there's one
Always.
feature on it.
And this Drake.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So like, I think Future is versatile enough where he doesn't need features to carry his own album. But all the features on here were pretty solid, I think.
I'm not gonna lie, I prefer hearing Future with someone else. I'm not saying he doesn't have good solo songs and good solo projects, but when I want to hear Future, like the songs I go back to usually have other people. I also think it's important to point out that like this is like not my alley of like rap. This like isn't like my favorite
Yeah.
subgenre of rap.
That's what I'm saying. So I might be the wrong person to try to praise
Yeah.
this album too much because I don't listen to trap music enough.
And I might be the wrong person to say it's too repetitive because like I don't listen to this type of music usually anyway. So that might be why it's repetitive to me.
Like if I'm going to trap music, I'm probably putting on Young Thug or Cardi first.
I listen to
You
R&B,
wanna put on
man.
But
What
it's
would you rank I Never Liked You out of 10?
I'd give it around an 8.3, 8.4.
So that's still the best.
It's still one of my favorite albums that's come out this year. Yeah.
That's the best rating you've given an album so
10 on top 4, I gave it higher, and I gave Earl around the same score. I gave Donna
What
Time
did
a
you
higher
give
score, an 8.4.
that is fucked up to me.
Didn't you say 8.3, 8.4?
I gave it
That's
8.3.
fucked up, bro.
You said 8.3, 8.4.
Okay, so I'll settle on an 8.3.
That's
Yohance?
fucked up.
I'll tell you, I really like this album. The only 2 songs I don't like are I'm That, and For a Nut.
You got a very interesting mindset.
Just to remind, before the number score, that it's important that I listen to the deluxe version. So that
This is fair.
Yeah.
This is
that
true.
influences my number a lot. I give it like a 6.5.
I mean, hey.
But
Yeah,
my scale seems crazy
Yeah,
because
no,
I don't
no,
think
no.
6.5 is like a horrible score.
I agree
and
because
that
if
sounds
I was
horrible.
going through 22 songs of Future, my
Bro.
score would probably drop.
A
too.
6.5, bro.
Bro, an
It
hour.
dropped from an 8.3?
Nah, I wouldn't drop that far. But an hour and 6 minutes of Future would
That's
probably
what
not
I'm
get over.
saying,
Would not get over like a
bro.
7.5.
I wanted to cry.
What'd you get this album, Larry?
I would give this album, having not listened to the extra 6 tracks,
A 10?
a 7.8.
Okay.
That's not even that far from an 8.3.
I'm interested to hear.
Nah,
Chris's
I
score.
wasn't even hating on on the 8.3.
Oh, okay.
I was hating on you dropping it from an 8.3 to a 6.5.
Oh,
if that's
okay.
what you was about to do.
No. An 8
What
point.
would
What's your score, Chris?
What's your score, Chris?
Like a 7.2.
Favorite tracks?
Top 4. Him and I, we got some of the same favorite tracks on this.
Y'all can go first. Go
I
ahead.
like the Love You Better. Now, honestly, tracks 8 through 10, those take up 3 of my 4 spots. Love You Better, Massaging Me, and Chickens. That's crazy. If I had to choose a 4th song, it would have to be Keep It Burning.
That's probably my favorite Kanye feature in a long time.
I know, like, everyone is about to they're about to eat up Wait For You. It's because of Thames.
That's
I don't
a good
like how they
song.
use
That's a
Thames.
great song.
It
That's
is
a good song.
The one thing I'll say, I don't like
That she
how
was just a sample.
They use Thames as an accessory on songs now.
It fit well on that one.
I get
They
it.
did
I just feel
the
like-
same thing with Ty Dolla $ign.
I don't like that Dolla $ign anyways.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I liked Love You Better, Gold Stacks, 7:12 p.m. and probably Wait For You.
We almost have the same. I was gonna say 7:12 p.m. Gold Stacks, Wait For You, and it's
He's gonna say
between.
Back to the Basics.
No, it's between Puffin' on Zooties and Love You Better. Because I like Puffin' on Zooties a lot.
I was really wondering why no one has said Puffin' on Zooties yet.
That shit
That's
was
a
a
nice
banger.
song.
That's my favorite song on the album.
7:12 p.m. is just like one of the best like intros on any album I've heard in a long time. That shit's good. That's a good fucking intro.
My
Yeah.
4 are Keep It Burning, Puffin' on Zooties, Wait For You, and Holy Ghost.
Sure.
This was our review on I Never Liked You by Future. We'll be back soon. There's a lot of shit dropping, so stay
Super
tuned.
Future.
Free J. Cole.
What? Thank you for watching Keep It Over Raps.
If you're interested in all things rap, subscribe and share.
Thank you for viewing the video. If you got this far, be sure to like and comment.
Be sure to check out our other videos and stay tuned for more coming soon.
But